Listener warning. Everything about this podcast is offensive and often stupid.
Yeah, check out my awesome huge beard.
Live from John's Dock in beautiful downtown Racine, Wisconsin. On the lake, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, we really are on the
or
lake,
on the river.
Actually. Well, no, you're pretty much close to on the lake here.
It's Guys, Games, and Beer.
Yeah! Okay.
We're low effort today.
We are low effort today.
Very low effort. See our beers.
Well, no, okay, wait. Let's explain why we are low effort tonight, okay? Everybody pick your beers up. This is why we are...
Both my beers?
Both of your beers. This is why we are low effort tonight, okay? So, Rob, what is the show beer tonight?
Modelo.
So, all right. So,
we recorded
in
this
honor
on
of Cinco de
yeah,
Mayo.
okay, so let me explain. It is Cinco de Mayo. That's why we are drinking Modelo tonight, all right?
Cerveza.
I don't think I've ever had Modelo.
Well, you're about to, all right? So let's give it a try and see what we think. It's just like I remember it.
Actually, I think it's pretty good.
Eh.
I'm not picky, though.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
Okay. No,
I'm with Larry.
I'm sorry.
And it's not skunky, you know.
No, it's not skunky. It's not skunky. It's
so.
yeah. See the what is really you two really like that?
Yeah, why not?
It tastes like any other beer.
Yeah, thank you. It's just it is just another beer.
Generic, tastes like the generic beer. You know?
Ouch. Okay. Yeah, you just shot over the bow on that one.
See, now you gotta find some of the better beers, like Sam Adams, where it's got that kind of woody taste to it, and like.
This is Cinco de Mayo. It's Cinco de Mayo. We had to do a Mexican beer tonight.
No, I'm saying that's why I don't like it. It's just because I feel like it's any other beer.
It is any other beer. Yes. All right. So, Rob, what's the first topic tonight?
Well, I got something woody for you, Tom.
Thanks for using my line as something dirty.
It's so easy. You do it so often.
It wasn't something dirty? All right. So, what is the first topic tonight, Rob?
Something dirty. Tonight's first topic is the rarity guide. What's the rarest thing you have? And I'm going to have a hard time deciding what that is. But
I'm with you on that. It's going to be very tough to decide our rarest piece of our collections. All right, so let's start with actually let's start on the end. Let's go all the way down to Larry.
Good. Then I can look something up.
Exactly.
All right, well, this was recent acquisition here. This is a Fix-It Felix cartridge. Plays for the.
We just wanted you to say cartridge.
I know, for the Genesis system. Windy City was putting this out. If you saw it on our Facebook page, we advertised that they were selling these, and it's basically a copy of the Fix-It Felix game. I'm sure it's quite unlicensed, but
you think?
but it's really nice. I mean, it's it's a regular.
Wow, that's actually a nice production on it.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it was store bought.
Yeah. So now, do you know? Did Windy City actually publish this themselves, or is this something they got and published? Who's the publisher listed on the back?
I don't know. There's a number here to get the rating warning.
Okay, yeah. So basically,
Sega's the one who made it.
Sega is not the publisher. So basically, it's unknown publisher.
Yeah, unknown publisher. It's
Because I have a feeling they're stepping all over a bunch of people's copyrights on that.
Yeah, I would guess. But this has got to be the rarest. They only had 5 copies available. I don't know if they commissioned only 5 copies, and that's it, or if they, I don't know how many are going to be out here ever.
Yeah, you may have one of 5 copies.
Right. So it's just kind of a neat thing to have. As far as official rarities. And I've already talked about this on other podcasts. It's going to have to be with the overlay. Polar Express is the rarest thing in my collection.
No. The Vectrex game. Okay,
the Vectrex game.
But you got to see this guy. So not only did they make this nice, cool Genesis box with Fix-It Felix, but did you notice that it has the Toby Kami.
I did
production on
see that.
So
So I'm like, oh, that's the maker.
that is the maker from the actual movie that they did that. So that's pretty darn cool, actually.
That's a really nice reproduction. I'm gonna call it again fan art.
You know, that is, but that being said, that is beautiful fan art. That's probably one of the coolest pieces of rarity I've seen. So wait, but you got to talk a little bit more about Polar Express, because where this is a completely unlicensed, completely kind of sneak in thing, Polar Express was an actual game.
It was, and it's for the Vectrex. I've talked about it before. The reason we don't talk about it very much is because it's a rarity because nobody wanted it. It's a terrible game. It was at the end of the run for Vectrex, and so there are very few copies out there. So it's a rarity just because of circumstances, not because it's desired.
Right.
And actually, the only reason I even got it is because you got it in a package. Tom got it in a package, a good package deal, because I wouldn't buy it on my own. It was the last thing to complete my collection, and then he cut me a deal from there. So, but that's about the only way to get it, to just buy it on its own.
It's not worth buying on its own. It's better
Yeah.
to get it as a package deal.
I think the current rate, like with box, is right around 175, 200 for a really terrible game, and the only reason you would buy it is just to be a completist.
Yes. The problem is there are so many completists out there right now that you're competing against them.
And I was. I'm just thankful that we lucked into a good deal.
All right, Mike. What's your game rarity or collection rarity?
Well, I have. Well, you guys know we talked about this instantly.
Yes, but you could tell the audience.
Yeah, well, the audience needs to know what I have. Well, I'm gonna start with my figures right away. It's my Morgan from it was Capcom's Queens. It's still in its package. It's an action figure that I got. It's Capcom Queens, and when I first bought it, it was $30. Now it jumped up to 60, so it jumped up in price already when I first bought it. So making it pretty damn good already. And for my other ones, I'm gonna have to go with my Super Punch Out, which was like a kind of like an arcade edition of Punch Out, which is very difficult to play, and you only get like 3 minutes to beat a fighter if you, because unlike the regular Punch Out where it'd go back and be like, and the winner is, like regular boxing, you're like, no, 3 minutes, you're done. That's it. That's all you get.
Just not the Mike Tyson.
Not the Mike Tyson one or the Wii one. They were just 3 minutes, you're out. It was like an arcade edition. And then my last one that I'm going to talk about is Super Metroid, because we all know how that was digging me to find one. And I did. I finally got one. And yeah, I was glad I bought it because I played it and the game is phenomenal. It's like coming back to like my regular like playing in Super Nintendo ways, and it's a really good game.
He's trying to be quiet. We're using the hand mic. You don't have to be quiet.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the Polar Express real quick, and when you're searching, maybe a little advice out there is look at the package deals. And then get some of your friends involved and see what they might want. You may not want the same stuff out of that deal, and you end up with, everybody paying a little bit towards it. And it's a good way to get the kind of rarities that you might want in a deal.
Yeah,
It's just something to think about.
Yeah, well, the reason why like my Super Metroid was like is a rarity is because everybody, like anybody that has it that knew it was a good game, aren't willing to really let it go without a very high price.
No, I got another one coming. You have to have two. Keep talking.
I know you guys are.
That makes sense. That sometimes that happens too. A game is so good, it's just not on the market very much.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like I said, with Super Metroid, there's like they're out there, but nobody wants to let it go because it was such a good game.
It's such a good game.
And the other one that I've been looking for too, like Power Stone 1 and 2, I cannot find that for like a price I'm willing to pay for. Because those are. Yeah, you can find them dirt cheap, but it's just like they're still high on the high end towards prices for like
Dreamcast version?
Yeah, Dreamcast version.
I got the
Yeah.
Japanese one.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cheaper because it's Japanese.
Yeah, but that's not a problem. You can still play
Right,
the game.
it's completely playable, and so much of it is in English anyway. It doesn't really matter.
Are you playing on your Hello Kitty? Dreamcast. That one's a rarity too. I hope you talk about that one.
It is rarity.
Yeah,
No,
do not jump ahead of the game here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. Okay, so
every day.
no. Here's the thing. First of all, I want to talk about before we go too much further is, what really makes things. Rarity does not necessarily mean good. Hence, Polar Express. So, just because it's the most valuable piece of your collection does not mean it was a great game, like Super Metroid Prime, which was a great game. You could have things like Polar Express, which sucked horribly, but it was rare because it sucked so bad nobody bought it. And they didn't do a big run anyways because it was near the end of the life. So,
Yeah, that's really weird about what makes a rarity of a game. Did it suck that no one sold it and they got rid of the copies, or is it that good that everybody kept it and they're not going to get rid of it?
Third option, people just played the hell out of it and just wrecked them.
well, and that's more the case of the CD games.
Larry just said rectum.
Wrecked him, damn near killed him.
He's got a point there,
So, but that being said, no, it really is a question of there's different things that make up what makes a game collectible and rare, or a game system collectible and rare. So, failed game systems actually tend to be fairly rare and fairly collectible because they're failed game systems. We know about that, don't we? Well, I'll let you get to yours when you get to it, because I'm not going to bring it up because we both have the same thing.
Rare systems, because we've bought every failed system ever.
It's absolutely true.
We do have a bad habit of picking up failed systems.
Just bring that up right there.
There was nothing wrong with the end gauge. Don't go there. Okay.
Side talking, bitches. Damn.
Taco talking. Taco talking. Okay. So again, what we found is, and again, I collect a lot of obscure systems, but what really makes the difference as far as cost and expense goes is you find the less they produced and the older it is, the more valuable it is. So if you can find a game that they made a very limited number of, and it could suck, but it's fairly old as well, that drives the price up. So really you can kind of figure the formula out is age versus rarity versus how badly it sucked. Those three things, if all those three things add up, the game is going to be horrendously expensive. And I will give you a classic example because I just picked up another one today. The original Magnavox Odyssey from '72. The game sucked.
It did not.
It did too. It was the first game in '72. It sucked.
It rocked. I loved it.
Yeah, what do you?
Yeah.
So again, the problem is now if you can find one that's in good condition to mint condition, you're talking anywhere from $500 to $900 for the original game if it's complete. So that's a game system. $500 to $900 if it's complete in good condition. Yeah, that's there. I saw one today go for $900, but it was in really good condition. But
It's almost like what? Its original sticker price.
no, its original sticker price was literally. I just got one today. It had the original receipt in the box. $99, dude.
Oh.
Now, $99 in 1974 though was like $500. Exactly. Oh, dude, yeah, it was a good wage back then. You're talking 72, okay? So again, I do collect a lot of rare game systems. Probably my most rare game system I'm gonna have to say is probably. Well, that's a good question. I've got a lot of rare game systems. Most valuable rare game system.
Do we discuss the Vectrex in general? Because we all have Vectrexes.
Yeah, but see, I don't. No, see, I don't. No, I don't.
When you're around us, they don't seem like a
Yeah,
very rare
well, but
system.
between-
People haven't heard of them.
Wait a minute. Between me, you, Jimmy, and Rob, we probably own 7 Vectrexes, 8 Vectrexes. Between the 4 of us.
They're really good.
What about the Oculus? That's not very common right now.
No, but I don't think that's going to be. I don't think that's going to be that rare or collectible.
You can get them still.
They put so many of the DK kits out. I don't think that's going to be an issue. But
I'm saying for right now.
for right now, I don't know if that's all that. I really don't feel that's a rare.
I wouldn't either. I mean,
But So probably my most collectible, my favorite collectible system is probably actually my CD32 with my SX1. So that SX1 adapter for the CD32 was the CD32 was one of the first 32-bit CD systems made by Commodore. It is that rare, exactly. Sold really well in Europe, did okay in Canada, did horrible here in the States. I mean, they sold nothing here in the States. But in fact, most of the ones you got here in the States came through Canada because Canada was actually selling them. But the CD32 was a game console, 32-bit, based on what really was Amiga technology. Oh yeah, no, it was truly 32-bit. It was the one.
Yeah,
it was the
TurboGrafx.
second 32-bit game system. So there.
I'm thinking my timing on that.
Yeah. So
So what was the first? Was the because really the Sega 32 wasn't.
no,
I mean,
the
it still was passing it through.
right, but it was technically the first 32-bit home system.
The Sega.
I think the Sega was the first one, and
Though it's still passing it through a 16-bit system.
yeah, but no, it was no, you weren't because it had its own video output. So.
What's it using then? Just processing for.
No, it was just using power from that lower system, basically. That whole thing was a self-contained computer that popped on top
Yeah,
of your
they
Genesis.
literally just took an Amiga and shoved it in a different.
Oh, no. Well, now we're talking about the Sega.
We're fighting about this.
All right.
About the Sega.
Oh, we're
Okay.
talking about Sega?
Yeah, wait. Let's not. No.
Actually, a 32-bit system.
Let's
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it was.
It was. It had its own video
That's
output.
why I had the pass-through.
32-bit graphics, that level.
Sure.
Of graphics.
Yes. But that being said, the CD32 was really it was fairly successful in Europe, not as successful in Canada. Horrible failure here in the States. They just missed their target on everything. It was near the end of Commodore's life. That being said, there was a company called Paravision or Panavision who made an attachment
Panavision,
called
right?
Panavision called the SX-1 or SX1 that turned your CD32 into a complete Amiga 1200 computer.
Nice.
It is rare as F, okay? They didn't make many of them.
And they're a bitch to put in correctly, by the way.
Correct. They don't fit terribly well. I actually have one, and they're worth about $700-800 just for that expansion system, not including anything else. Just that expander that plugs into the back of a CD32. So you have to have a rare system to start with, a CD32, and then you have to then afford this SX1 to sit on the back of it. So I actually have one of those, and it works. I actually had to repair it. I got it non-working and fixed it, so I got a really good deal on that. But they are cool. It does turn into a 1200. I don't use many of the features of it. I popped the original 3.5-inch hard drive out, put a solid-state drive in it, and then loaded everything on solid state. So it works pretty well that way. All right. So of rarities, I think that's my rarest piece of hardware.
Dang, we almost have a whole show right here, but
I know.
we're so good. All right,
I like it when we get all technical.
we really brought up the
This is our passion.
yeah, that's true. We really did. We already brought up the Hello Kitty Dreamcast. I've got mine in blue. What? I'm a guy. But that one's actually complete in box.
Robin's egged blue.
Yeah,
Just super girly blue that you can't even imagine.
it is the girliest blue ever, and I love it.
Blue or pink? If it was rare to have the pink one, you should have the pink one.
True.
No, the pink was not as rare. I don't think. It sold better anyway. There was about, I think, 20,000 of them made total. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's not too bad. I've got that in the box with everything, and that's really pretty rare. I actually don't use the original Japanese guts for it. I pop it on top of an NTSC frame because I play the NTSC stuff, and I'm a big fan of actually playing the system, but I didn't want to wreck the original because I want to keep the value. And don't give me crap about opening it because you got to open it to change the damn battery anyway.
Right.
So I'm just popping a different top. I broke the seal, man. So seals are bad. You know, they get eaten a lot by sharks, actually, because they're blubbery. Yeah, they taste good.
Seals are delicious.
The ADD podcast. Okay, but I've actually ordered what is probably my most rare thing, and it's the Mego Mini Vid Break Free, which I don't know if you guys can actually see it, and it is the first game system I honestly ever owned. The first portable game system I ever owned, and actually I think it's the first game system. It might have been that or Intex baseball game, but it's one of those two, and I had hell finding it. It took 2 years of looking. And actually, once I found the name, it was relatively easy to find.
I don't know what the hell I was looking at.
But it is a Pong game, essentially. But
Okay.
if you look at it, it has controllers on each side. And you can play it 2-player if you'd like, or 1-player as a breakout game. So it is actually an awesome game. And one of the big advantages over games in the 80s is it used a VFD grid display. And VFD, they're like little tiny vacuum tubes. Is what they are. But the great thing about a VFD,
So not liquid crystal.
they're not LCD. No. It's lit. And that's the important thing about it. You could play it in the dark. And that made it a huge hit among my friends because we could play it in a darkened room.
That it's important that you can play it in the dark.
Yes, and one-handed, if at all capable. What?
Wow. That's
But anyway, yeah.
That's not the game we're playing now.
Wait, are there any enemies that are purple-headed yogurt monsters, or?
No, just me.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, yeah, that's gonna be the rarest. I got it in box, actually new in the box, unplayed. So,
you gotta be
so
kidding.
hopefully it'll work.
So, yeah, I wanted to say, how would you turn in the factory?
Mego, by the way, is the same company that made the Micronauts, and they made several popular, like the original Star Trek figures, the little Star Trek figures. They made those, and they made a robot. I'm trying to remember his name. The X11 was it? Yeah, it's a version of fucking X Windows. No, it's the X something was actually the little robot that they had huge success with. This was not a huge success, so not a lot were made. Number two, not a lot of engineering went into it. They did a lot of engineering on the guts, but the frame actually was poorly designed. Very often you couldn't fit it in easily, the battery. You couldn't fit the 9-volt battery in easily because they often missized the body of it. So it's kind of a rare thing if you can stuff that in. Although I found a way around that, and I'll test and see if that works on this one too. But some of them you could, so hopefully it's one of those. But anyway, really kind of rare, and it's actually a fun game. It's something you can play with a friend today, and they'll still enjoy it.
That's
You
cool.
know what? It's funny. It's funny you say, oh, you got a new in box, right? And it made me just think of that. I have thought about this when getting a new in box something that's very old. If it was manufacturer defect, you got nothing.
Right.
But a used item that's really old, at least you know somebody's opened it up and tried it. So
You never know what you're getting.
No, that's true. That's
I've
true.
gotten defective items before. I had a Logitech, brand new. The not the rumble, but the force feedback stick, which is that's actual force feedback is rare as hell. That's a very expensive technology that was prone to breakage. So was mine. It brand new out of the box. The first time I powered it up, it started smoking. And
Oh God!
yeah.
see, if you'd have gotten it used, you'd have already gotten past the going up in smoke stage.
Yes, you have a high chance that it wouldn't go up in smoke at least. Yeah. So I've actually had that happen with a brand new item in box, but this literally was the only one of them I could find. So, and it was in frickin' Venezuela. So
Oh, you solved that problem. You wait a few years and you sell it for more than what you got it for, and you still never open it. And now that way you don't run the risk of basically coming from a rare item to a paperweight.
every game deserves a chance to be played.
Every game.
They're not meant to be boxed up in little plastic boxes and hidden away. They're meant to be played. So you play that damn thing.
Right.
So Rob apparently has been doing a marathon of Toy Story.
Larry, bite my ass. Anybody else? Got a rarity. Kelsey?
Rare game. I was gonna say-
or rare game system that you're playing right now.
Well, the only thing I consider rare, because it was a pain in the ass to find at Midwest Gaming Classic, was Spyro. Me and Rob, yes, we went to how many vendors? Maybe 5 or 6, and looked through
bastard.
all.
That was the first day I got.
Yeah.
it, too. First
Well,
day
we
was
went
there,
on
God.
Sunday. We went on Sunday because we had no other time to look, and we were looking for Travis. We went to at least 5 or 6 different vendors. Would you say so?
Yeah, we were all
And-
over the place asking, and they were like, "Nope."
They're
no
like,
Spyro."
oh no, we don't have that. Oh, we have the second one, but we don't have the first one. I was like,
think that's
are you kidding me?
I think that's your popular game nobody's selling rarity.
Yeah, I guess, but all I could think was like, it's old. You know, like I played this when I was a kid. Why are so many people looking for this when, you know, other people should be looking for like their game system, because most of the generation was very, very old or very, very young. No offense. So like any of you guys.
Thanks.
No, I'm not talking about you, but anybody else.
Well, that was funny though, because this year at MGC first day we were there. Some of the vendors had their things open for us, and I went and I was just like, "How much do you want that for?" Well, how much are you talking? How about $8? Okay. Boom, got the first one, first day.
Meanwhile, Larry and I are jerking each other off in the room.
But with Travis's Spyro game, we paid $10 and it wasn't even in the case. It was in.
It did
a-
have all the stuff for it, so we could put it in a case. That
but
case is later
it came in a paper envelope.
Yeah, it did, which sucks.
So I felt like it was kind of a jip there.
Yeah, yours was perfect, wasn't it, too?
mine was
Yeah.
Mine was in a crack case, but
I got it for cheap.
It
You know-
was cheaper than the one in an envelope.
You know what I think Spyro's a good example of? Okay, so, and we have experienced this. How many times have you owned something, sold it, and rebought it? I think this generation is starting to do that. They had Spyro as a kid, they sold it at GameStop some time ago, and now they're going, man, I want to totally play Spyro again, and they're rebuying.
Well, we never had it.
Actually, I'm gonna tell you that hasn't happened to.
Generationally, that works out.
I'm just gonna say that hasn't happened yet. Because what happened to me was, like, when I was a little kid, the N64 came out. I really wanted that because Super Smash Brothers just came out that time, and I really wanted it. And it was selling for $100. I was like, Mom, can I please get this for Christmas? Mom, I asked it for when it first came out for like 3 years in a row. Like, can I get the N64? Can I get the N64? Never got it for Christmas. Then I went with Rob, and I got it. And I got it with like the whole. You are not. You're like, you should get it. You should get it. Just get it. Get it. Get it. Get it.
He's right though. You should have gotten it.
Yeah, and I did. I got the whole expansion card 2 controller, so I was like good to go. And I was
You
like,
play Shadow of the Empire because it's the best game for it.
It is actually.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye's in.
That's good too.
I bought.
It was great. At the time, GoldenEye was great, but I can't go back and play that. I've tried doing it. I get my ass handed to me trying to play GoldenEye at the time. I mean,
Still a good game.
I don't know.
Let's get back on topic. Okay, so
How about your Kelsey? Were you done? I know I interrupted.
let's talk about Spyro.
No, it's okay.
Oh,
Okay, what is your rare?
actually, before I dip into that, I hate to burst your bubble, guys. I wish you would have told me you were looking for that because I have Spyro 1 and a new-ish case that is not cracked. I'm not even joking. I'll send you a picture of it later.
The case, yeah, it is.
But the game is just.
All right.
Yeah, the game is. Yeah, I actually broke the disc in half mentally with my mind. No, for
This podcast
Nah.
second topic.
just roll tide.
We do have a commercial break today. So.
Commercial brought to you by Cider Boys.
Wait.
No.
We do have a regular commercial.
Okay, ignore me. Okay, so for my, I'm kind of torn, guys, and I'll need a little bit of help on this one. For my game, I would have to say Sonic CD for the Sega CD.
That is really rare.
And I also have what is it, X-Wing Fighter that.
Wait a minute. Do you actually have a Sega CD?
Yes. Yeah, I've got it over at work right now. Yeah. I just came. Yeah. On the long table. Yeah, I've got a 40-foot table.
Dude, I I had to make I had to have a special cord just for all my Sega
You know what?
plugs.
You know what? Anybody that's actually a true Sega fan, they know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, because you needed one for the Sega, one for the Sega 32X, and then you need one for the Sega CD. So, and there are all these monstrously big power supplies.
Just stupidly big power supplies
that you have to plug in. It's like, who the hell thought this was a good idea? You couldn't have made a patch cord, a power cord that plugs all in all. No,
It was my brother's system. He's got them all.
Okay, then you're good.
Only the finest of Japanese electrical engineers came up with that.
Thank you. Yes.
And yeah, for my rarest system, I would have to go with the Virtual Boy.
Boom!
Solidarity. You know, I love it. I must have played Mario Clash more times than I can remember. And I say that because I've gotten free laser eye surgery from that fucking system. Yeah, do you remember, like every 10 minutes there was that notification that would pop up that says, you should probably take a break, but...
So, to categorize, that is your Polar Express.
Yeah, that's my looking glass.
Here's the reason why that is your Polar Express, though, because, let's be honest, it was not a great system.
You shut your whore mouth.
No. Let's be honest. It was not a great system.
I'll give you that.
There were some issues, technical issues with it. One, the red display. They could have done another color. They chose red, which was a bad choice.
But apparently they were part of the evil empire.
So,
allegedly.
Now that being said, I'm going to tell you right now, I just ordered a multi-card for that, dude.
Are you serious?
There's a multi-card for it. Yes,
damn it.
You need to order it. It's $100.
That's it?
That's it. No. But it only holds one game at a time. You have to It's got a USB port. You have to program in each game as you play it.
Oh,
Who the hell cares?
Yeah,
you can play every game ever on your Virtual Boy.
So you're gonna get like a stack
All 5 of them? Should I drop the mic now or no?
But no, the Virtual Boy is a good call for a rarity because this shows it goes for a lot of money. Effectively, if you get a good working Virtual Boy, it's about $150.
I didn't realize it was that much.
Oh yeah, they're up to about $150 for a good working one. Okay?
Which kills me because you could have got them at Toys R Us
for
back
about
in '89 for like
about $25. Yeah. So.
I'm still been disappointed.
Right. So a Virtual Boy on the stand in good working order is about $150 right now, which, considering what it is, it's fairly expensive for a system. And it's not that they didn't make a lot of them, but so few of them survived. That's why you're spending the money on them.
They do break.
They were so prone to breakage. The stands broke first. Then after the stand broke, then the that whole eye cowl, the foam thing went to hell. So that was the next thing, and then basically, so you're left with this piece of plastic that's kind of useless. So
kind of like this podcast.
Kind of like this podcast.
Hey, all right, we're not that useless, right? If you have a cake full of beer, we'll take care of it. No problem.
That's right. We will clean that up.
I will totally be there to help you out.
All right, we're going to take a 5-minute break right after these messages. Well, actually, we're going to take the 5-minute break now, and you'll get to see the messages. By the way, watch this message. It's pretty cool.
Hey Kickstarter, I'm John Cooper. My wife Nikki and I created Thinking and Drinking, a game of self-discovery or self-destruction. Thinking and Drinking is a card game designed to foster conversation. It's about putting down your phone and having some fun with your friends. Each Thinking and Drinking set contains 6 decks of cards, so you'll always have something to talk about. And with that many cards, the game changes each time you play with new people. Thinking and Drinking's easy to play. Step 1, shuffle. Step 2, place the deck in the middle of the table. Step 3, read the card. Step 4, everyone answers. We've designed the game so it's flexible. Thinking and Drinking isn't about keeping score, though you can if you want to. You can modify the play, and you can add rules, like penalties for anyone who doesn't want to answer a question. The game includes questions like, if giving up cheese made you immortal, would you do it? What mythological creature do you wish existed? Other than your bed, where's the last place you slept? Now, we call Thinking and Drinking a game of self-discovery or self-destruction because you're going to learn something new about the people you're playing with, and maybe even something new about yourself. Either way, it's going to be fun. We're on Kickstarter because we need your help and support to launch our game. We've written the questions, we've designed the cards, we've made prototypes, and we've tested it. Now, we're asking for your help to fund the first printing and production of Thinking and Drinking. As part of our Kickstarter launch, we've added a feature to Thinking and Drinking. Each question card includes the profile of a U.S. craft brewer, including a featured beer. We wanted to introduce our Kickstarter backers to some of America's amazing craft brewers. With your support, we'll be able to print the inaugural set of Thinking and Drinking. Please consider backing our Kickstarter. Check out the pledge levels, and please get in touch with any questions you have. Cheers.
Kojima, Konami, Kojima, Konami. They go together like a big fat salami. This, I tell you, brothers, you can't have one without the other. Yay! Oh, wait, boo!
Because now you can have one without the other.
Well, we're going to find out what it's like, but I think it's not going to work out so hot for Konami.
Okay.
All right,
For
by the way-
Konami or Kojimi?
Kojima. Have another drink, Tom.
I just have to say, best intro ever yet. And with and you didn't even practice.
Thank you very much.
It better as you went.
It did, actually.
Good.
Once I got to the bottom of that glass, that Modelo was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
When I got to that last, like, half inch, it actually tastes like beer.
Now he wants another. Okay, so we're on the second and really generally worst half of the podcast, and we're going to talk about what?
But thanks for
We're going to talk about
for
the
our
breakup.
sponsor.
This is the most terrible breakup ever. Now I'm going to say
Kojima.
Kojima and Konami.
Yes.
Wait, thank our sponsor again.
Oh, yeah, think I
Just
sponsor.
say, hey, thanks for sticking around for that.
Right, they
sponsor.
sat through the...
Thanks for listening to our sponsor break.
Yes.
We love you.
Yes. So, we're going to talk about the Kojima Konami break.
Yes. Will there be no more Kojimi?
It's not a break up.
They are kind of broken up.
Well, if that's the case, I'm not broken up with any of my exes. We're just on a break. On a very long break.
Knowing you, that's probably true.
That's a good way to go. That's good at work. if you
All right.
get it.
So,
What is the
So this is
story?
gonna-
What's the story?
so what happened is I'm not sure who pissed off who first.
Yeah, which Japanese executive slept with another Japanese executive's mother or wife or
Yeah,
sister?
I don't know exactly what happened here, and they haven't been really good with the facts because it depends who you talk to.
Well, I'm
But
gonna take it as like Konami pissed off Kojima because with games coming out lately and like everything.
he does want his own group with his own name.
I agree with Mike on that. I'm betting more of the case was Konami pissed off Kojima.
Because he's kind of easy to piss off.
Well, think about it this way. Back during the Metal Gear Solid 2 days, Kojima didn't want to be a part of that anymore, and they ended up keeping him on all the way to, what, Metal Gear 6? Or they wanted to do Metal Gear 6 with him? Are you sure it wasn't Kojima just getting fed up with all the bullshit of not reruns, but sequels?
You mean Metal Gear Solid 5.2?
Oh.
Yeah, kind of a
Now with more DLC.
no DLC, just a really short game.
I don't care what the press says. It all comes down to the money. I'm sure there's a money element to this, and everybody's spinning it non-money away. But that is the deal.
You bring up a very good point, too, because Konami's been split. Like, they have rebranded a lot of projects that Kojima has been a part of, an integral part of, for years. Like, they shut down Kojima's studio in L.A., and now they've centralized the Konami brand by ditching everything Kojima.
All right, so let's explain the split a little bit more, Rob, because I think we're getting into the weeds here now. Okay, so let's talk little bit more about the split. So these two companies have collaborated on a lot of very large.
Yeah, it's not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure that really was a company. They were basically a group within Konami.
Yes.
So far as I can tell, they weren't really their own. I mean, they probably were branded their own company, but
They were branded
everything's
their
owned
own
by
company.
Konami.
I've actually, and I know this is stupid, I've checked out the org charts on this stuff because this has been theorized that this has been going on like 3 weeks ago now. Because during financial releases over the past quarter, because the first financial quarter just ended, Kojima was off of the executive organizational charts. And that's public record because they were publicly traded companies. Konami's no longer a publicly traded company as of a week and a half ago now, I think, if I remember right.
It's off the books.
They'll be bought out by the small company that bought out both Commodore and Atari. A couple of weeks.
SCOM out of Germany will pick them up.
Yeah, SCOM. Yeah, SCOM's gonna pick them up. By the way, look that one up. That's probably gonna be.
I get that joke.
Yeah, that's gonna be a bit.
Jokes.
Nerd jokes.
That said, I gotta say that this last Metal Gear Solid was the best 2 hours of my life. I mean, it was a great freaking game for 2 hours. Now, there is more content to go through in the same area, but you always feel kind of ripped off when you're playing the same map over and over again with new options. And that kind of thing goes back to the original Ridge Racer, which only really had one track. It just, you race different parts of it. It was a quality game and it was really fun, but in 2014, which is when that was released, can you do that?
Okay, so now, again, this goes back down to, so a couple things now. Immediately with this split now, the Silent Hill is dead.
Yes,
All
Silent
right.
Hills.
Hills, yes.
More than one hill.
Thank
apparently,
you.
now.
Now it's Silent Hill, now with more hills.
Yeah, now with more hills.
Norman Reedus isn't gonna get his paycheck.
It's actually
No,
Silent Hillary Clinton.
I'm betting you he already got his paycheck
I'm
on
pretty sure
this.
he did, yeah.
I'm thinking he's already gotten paid for this because you don't.
Oh, please.
He has
You
to.
don't reserve that kind of star power.
It depends on his contract. I mean, they've used his likeness. I'm sure.
Thank you. He got paid. He's already gotten paid.
He didn't get as much as he could have gotten.
No, but he got paid already. So here goes the issue now. So that's one. Now the Metal Gear franchise, is that dead now?
Not
It's mostly
necessarily.
done, isn't it?
It's
the next one's mostly done. It's ready to release. It was supposed to be released, I think, in February was the original release.
I think so. I think
Now it's the end of the year, but
I know that he was basically just being held on as a creative director, but I'm not concerned about what's coming out this year or next year. I don't remember when it's coming out now, but
It will be this year.
Okay, yeah, future projects, I have no idea, and I'm sure Konami is
Hard to say.
spinning plates trying to get that figured out.
I do think that they're on track for making an excellent Metal Gear game. I mean, it almost assuredly, if it is a full-length game, unlike the last one, it wasn't a full-length game.
It wasn't a full-length game. It was not. It was 4 hours long max.
Yeah, but I mean, you can play other parts of it. I mean, there's other parts of it, but it's the Ridge Racer of Metal Gear Solid. It's the same track over and over again.
All right, but if you remember in like the E3, when they brought it up in E3, like there was so much they were adding to it. Like you could ride a horse and then turn sideways to hide away from the guards, and there was so much they were adding to it that I was so excited about. Then it came out, and then I saw how long it was, and I was like, it's not worth the $60.
I paid $15 for it, and I don't feel ripped off, and that's probably why. If I paid $60, I'd have been really PO'd.
But on the plus side, it was a very beautiful looking game.
And it played really well.
Yeah, and
I
it
gotta
played
say,
really well, yeah.
It played perfection. It was really good. You could play it how you want. It was really nice.
Okay,
And
so
it's glad not to be Old Snake.
Yes. Yeah.
all right.
Now he's going to be Cripple Snake.
So besides
Geritol DLC confirmed. Illuminati confirmed.
Besides those two, is it really going to affect anything else in the market?
I think it depends on the next one. What
Yeah.
we see out of the next one is going to depend. If they bomb it, they're going to have problems. I don't think they will. I think it's probably on track to be solid.
So Konami will really,
Solid Snake.
So Konami will really, yeah. Oh, so Konami will release it with no issues, anyways.
Right, I think so. I mean, the last game was so smoothly done. The new one's based on the same engine. It has the same idea behind it, the same mechanics, pretty much. This is basically a preview for this game that's coming up.
Right,
Is really what it is.
And to be also is a lot of the pre-production has probably been done on this too, and that's where Kojima's got heavy hands
Right,
in.
but they're out of that now, and
Well,
that's
and-
because the pre-production's done already.
Exactly. The overarching ideas and the themes are still there. I don't think those are going to change. I think this next one's going to be totally fine. After that, is when it's going to be on
Right,
waters.
then we're going to have a problem. I think this demo was enough
Go
to
ahead,
tell
Yvette,
me.
you can chime in on this.
I'm only here for the beer, and I'm currently out.
Oh, that's pretty serious.
That was our motto in 2014,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And both are out.
Here's the thing. I'm going to say, God bless the blow.
All right, you have
You
no
know-
idea what the hell you're talking about.
No. Here's the thing. Konami has been around forever. And
Very true.
they have put out a lot of great games. And they will continue to put out good games.
What are the games that they put out that were so excellent other than Metal Gear Solid?
Simpsons.
Silent
Silent Hill is not always excellent.
Yes.
No. I
Now
think
it goes back to the 8-bit days.
no.
Yeah.
I was just looking it up. They go back to 78. Okay, so it's not like wait. I need to clarify. Apparently, 1978.
Yes,
they go back to, and you know what? They had some great arcade hits. They had some good PlayStation games. Lethal Enforcers was one of their titles. You know, so
they should release a Lethal Enforcer sequel. I'm sure
I think so. But so they ran across a talented director. Okay, and if he wants to split off, you know what's going to happen to us in the gaming world? Konami's going to come out with some good games. He's going to come out with some good games.
I don't think
we're going to both win.
He won't. No, he won't.
That is
He'll get rolled into another company.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure someone's gonna pick his ass.
But we're
up.
still gonna get good games.
We'll get the benefit of his talent.
I think Konami's gonna go Namco. It's
Yeah.
gonna be all.
No. Well,
Want another Solid Snake? $1.99.
Yeah, all right.
14 gold bars.
You know what he should really do is just go under Platinum Games, which is just fucking over the top, fucking just. If anybody played any Platinum games, you know what I'm talking about. Made with Mad World,
Hits. Xbox.
Platinum
PlayStation had those.
No, Platinum Games, Bayonetta, like all those crazy ass good games that people talk about that really nobody
anybody
hits.
know what he said he wants to do other than?
I have no idea.
No, he hasn't said what he wants to do.
He doesn't want to say.
Retire in the Bahamas.
I don't think he said anything.
Actually, what I like to I like to think what will happen is, and Larry, you brought that up too, is there's a chance that he could form his own independent studio as well. No, I don't think it would. No, I don't think he would go to a Kickstarter. There's. Yeah.
He does have mad cash, but I don't think he's going to. I don't think he's going to form a studio.
I think
he'll go to work with somebody else.
I would like to, and that's the thing. I thought that at first as well, but he's got enough clout. No, go to hell. I think he has enough clout. He's got enough. No, he's got enough clout where I think he could get away with starting a double A studio similar to Midway in the '90s. Actually, something that we haven't brought up yet though is go fuck yourself. No, he's gonna run Neversoft. There you go.
His new game is called Steel Cog, really, really hard. Yeah, I think that's the name of it. Steel Cog, really, really hard.
Insert cricket. No. No, something that we haven't brought up, though, that's kind of, I like to think is an interesting side effect is I can't think of any AAA horror titles out there anymore. I mean, a lot of them tend to be, like, indie games, like Five Nights at Freddy's, Slender Man. That's another topic for another day. But, yeah, it's all indie stuff. Yeah. Allegedly. We'll talk about that later. But
yeah. Tomb Raider ends in 1994.
But
I mean, it ends because you're dead, right?
God damn it. So, but something that it's a real shame because the AAA horror scene has definitely taken a falling off in the past few years.
There's great horror games. There's just so many great horror games that you can play right now.
No, AAA horror from a major publisher.
I don't even care if it's from a major.
Dead Space is the only one that I could think.
Dead Space is over.
Torture porn out there?
They're done.
Yeah, I don't think it needs to be AAA though. I mean, there's such good games out there.
I'm not saying that it needs to be AAA. I'm just saying that there is no AAA.
All right, how many AAA titles did we not play, but we love the games because they're independent?
Oh no,
you get what I'm saying there?
I'm not knocking independent games here. I love independent games.
Robot
I'm just
Disco
saying.
Dodgeball, just saying.
No,
Damn it! Awesome.
Just saying it. Just saying it.
Really,
Quadruple A, bitches.
it's just a question of none of the big studios are picking up these games, and they should be.
Well, I think AAA studios. Man, are we off topic now? But AAA studios have kind of dropped the ball. I think they're run by people who don't play games anymore. Honestly, they're made by corporate bean counters, and they're not game people.
I'm just gonna say, like right now, the new Mortal Kombat looks beautiful and it works really awesome. And that's a AAA studio.
Says you did a good job.
They did really well, and people are still playing and talking about how good the game is.
Yeah, and I'll even say, I mean,
You're the one that
The Modern Combat series took an upturn with the latest one. It's much better than it's been in a long time.
Yeah.
I actually enjoy it again.
I'm
which
sorry,
is
not
kinda
everybody
scary.
can
Advanced
make
Warfare.
a fucking Call of Duty game every single goddamn time.
I know.
Oh, but they can.
Oh, they'll keep doing it. They'll keep doing it.
No.
In defense
There's
of Call of Duty.
no defense.
Yes,
There's
there
no
actually
defense.
is.
No.
As of last year, they have been switching to 3-year dev cycles rather than 1-year dev cycles, which in theory would make for a higher quality.
Well, I think Advanced Warfare made a pretty good jump forward. God, are we off topic? But it did make a pretty good jump forward. It's actually, they fixed some of the real problems that they had, which was they had a play balance that allowed cheaters to take real advantage of the game.
Yes.
Advanced
Fucking
Warfare,
campers.
they don't have as much. That's not cheating. That's just playing the damn game.
It is to me.
I think
Just because you're a pussy and can't look around a corner, that's your own
I
problem.
fucking love Ghost. Fuck you. And drop the mic.
I think
got-
we should imply a penalty shot on doing off topic.
What? No.
We used to do ones for visual sticks, right?
Drunk Kelsey achievement. Drunk Kelsey.
Bleep bloop, motherfucker. I got
I'm just saying, we used to do visual stick shots, penalty shots.
I think
we should.
I think you're right. Off topic now should warrant a penalty
That
shot.
is actually a good idea.
That was not a bad idea, actually.
I
Well,
have
then
to
that goes
disagree.
to all of us then.
Yeah, we're all hoes though. That's us.
Started it. Get
Yeah,
the
whoever
penalty
gets
shot.
us off topic.
Chocolate liqueur.
Starting now, so you don't have to take it unless they force you.
So we gotta talk about Kojima again.
Yeah, we really should get back to that.
All
Okay,
right.
so
It's all connected.
I think it's a battle of egos here. I think that we have corporate executive egos versus designer ego, and I think that that's what you're seeing. And we're both. I don't know if we're going to suffer because you've got actually two good groups there. I don't think we're going to suffer, but I think in many cases this would be a case where you're suffering
You know
because
what?
of it.
What would be really cool is if Naughty Dog or Santa Monica, the two PlayStation people pick him up.
which
And then-
is entirely possible. Don't discount that. Right.
Don't discount that because they have.
I strongly
They're
suspect.
pretty
if you-
big.
Thank you.
They're really big.
Because if you think about it,
Yeah.
you know how the order 1880. What was it? 1882 or something? 1886. It was a visual game, but that's what kind of Konami did with the new Metal Gear Solid. It was very visual and very beautiful, but it was very short. Maybe those two should get together and work something out.
And make pay-for-play
They
games.
might, and they
Yeah.
that would actually.
You know, it'd be really interesting to see another. I would like to see an indie game with Kojima's storytelling and art styles.
I don't think you're gonna see that.
You know what?
I know it's not gonna happen.
Kojima should work with them for the new Uncharted that's coming out. Otherwise, he could just jump into another horrible company called Square Enix and just start over from that.
Oh. Well, so
There with that. But I'm gonna point out some times though. Remember id Software when we thought they were unbreakable. That's kind of from our era, but these guys made great games. But when they broke up, you got Daikatana, and that was not a good game. Not
game?
Daikatana, which I can't even pronounce it. Why the hell did he make a game that I can't pronounce? But it was really, really not very good.
You are one ET cartridge away.
Too soon.
Yes, you are. But E.T. did not ruin the thing. There were way worse games than E.T.
Yeah,
we got another episode about worse than E.T.
No,
but
no. What ET was about was poor choices from a company. It wasn't about that ET was a bad game or anything. It was about they overpaid for a license. They
produced more of the game than they had consoles. That's always a dumb mistake.
Right.
Larry.
It was about bad decisions by a company.
I thought E.T. was about an alien trying to get home, Larry.
You're wrong.
Am I wrong?
No, it's about people talking, aiming. It's about people aiming their walkie-talkies at people.
And the best thing ever, if you ever get a chance, watch the Code Monkeys episode about E.T.
Oh boy.
Oh my God!
I fucking love that show.
Thank you.
Why don't they bring that back?
Code Monkeys was amazing.
Mountain
We are
Dew.
so off topic.
So off topic.
Say shot for
No,
Tom.
to tie it back in, it's again about, is it a good executive decision to get into a fight with your talent?
I guess it really depends.
I think that saved Tom right there, what Larry just said.
Actually, Larry, you bring up a very good point. Look at what happened with, with Infinity Ward, with their two executives that even created the whole Modern Warfare franchise. They got rid of the two, basically the showrunners for the Modern Warfare franchise, and it hasn't really been affected at all. So, for all we know, Konami could be totally fine coming out of this.
Picked up by a different company.
No, they didn't get picked up. They started their own company, and they're making a competitor.
They're making millions, and they're like, oh shit, look at what we did.
Not necessarily. I mean, Call of Duty is always going to pull a certain type of clientele and a certain amount of people.
You mean all of us suckers?
Yeah, pretty much. There's an
established. No, not me.
Yeah,
I'm done.
But that's the thing. There's an established market. Perhaps Konami has the same effect.
This has a musical analogy, of which it's like, okay, you fire the lead singer. Does the band survive firing the lead singer?
Several bands.
Black Sabbath did once,
but
didn't the second. After Osborne, that was pretty much the end of Black Sabbath.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say.
After Dio, not such a bad move.
Went on without her.
Oh, Jesus.
And then she got a new band.
Iron Maiden was a problem. But then they hired him back, and it was okay.
Was it the Bruce Dickinson?
For them lives.
Right.
Just saying right now, Van Halen.
I mean, that is really what this
David Lee Roth,
is about,
right?
you know?
Boom, right there.
Oh, man. All right. Well, I think that we've talked this particular topic to death, and what we found is
not to death all the way.
it is.
Get your shovels, guys. I think it's time to bury this.
I think for Konami, I can't really predict what's going to happen here. I don't know how much he's been in control the last few years. I don't know. We just don't know a whole lot about this.
Just bring it back to Silent Hill. It looks so good.
They're not going to. It's dead.
Yeah, I know.
They will make another Silent Hill game.
Oh, don't count on
I mean,
it.
Konami might survive just on their titles alone. Castlevania and some of the other ones, just re-release them.
Right.
A little bit of skin difference, and good enough.
God,
Oh, for God's sake! I'm so done with this topic.
That part out because I don't. We don't need to.
I will not edit it.
Ideas for that.
I will not edit
That's
it.
a bad Larry.
Someone who knew almost nothing of the situation.
All right, well, thank you very much for watching or listening to another episode of Guys, Games, and Beer. We wonder why you do, and we really do appreciate that you do. Please visit us. Please give Rob another drink. Please visit us at www.guysgamesandbeer.net. Don't forget, we're on Twitter at Guys Games Beer, because you can't put "and" in a Twitter. No, you just can't fit it all in there.
Yeah.
So it's at Guys Games Beer. Don't forget us on Facebook. www.facebook.com/guysgamesandbeer. Free game giveaways on both of those things all the freaking time, and on Twitch, Guys, Games, and Beer. You can check out the noob as he plays all sorts of games like Mortal Kombat this weekend, folks.
Oh, and by the way, he's giving away games live on Twitch tomorrow. So watch. And even if you don't watch it live, go back, because people don't pick up the codes. Pick up the codes during the show.
This episode won't be out until, what, Thursday?
Thursday.
Doesn't matter.
It'll be a little bit.
Watch them on Twitch.
So, Saturday, we get 100 viewers on Twitch. Noob will get naked. I'm sure of it.
No.
Yeah, he will. Yes, he will. Yes, he will.
I'll help.
I'll help.
All right, thanks for watching, folks.
Toodaloo, motherfucker.
Let up. Bye. Bye.
Love you so much.
In inappropriate ways.